No, I'm creating a register. I'm creating a register for this one so that when somebody come can register for a course. I stopped at HTML. I've not gone into CSS actually,
You've not gone into the
but this is
CSS.
what I've done on the registered form.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
for the registered page actually because of my schedule. So let me just show you what I've done on the register.
Yes, yes, you can go ahead. You can share what you've done
This is what,
on register.
this is what I've done on my
Half.
register actually.
This everything here is just HTML. Okay, so click on the gender. Click on the gender and occupation. Let me see. Click on gender.
Gender, okay, this is it. So like I deselected this
Male and
one.
female.
It's only male and female. They can register.
Okay, so click on
Question,
occupation.
graduate, undergraduate, self-employed, and government employed.
Okay,
The ID type as well, and passport or driver's license, registration,
okay,
course of interest, front-end development, back-end, UX, UI, data analysis.
okay. Good, good.
And uh, for the dates, okay, birthday dates, created this is an input.
Okay.
So maybe I want to just create a link on the register now so that I can just, when I click on register,
Oh. Eh, we can't see. I didn't hear what you said. I didn't hear that part.
I want to create a link now that will link me to my register page. I
Oh,
want to go to the home page, to my code, so I can create a link on the register.
okay, okay, okay. So now what I want you to do is that I want you to finish, all those pages, all those our courses and the likes, contact that I didn't have anything. I want you to create a page for each of them. Do you get? I want you
Okay.
to create a
Okay.
page for each of them. So it just replicates all those things there. Do you get? But just make sure that everything is functional. What is meant to link to our contact is linked to contact. What is meant to link to value or probably anything other thing about us and the likes is linking properly. So I want to ask you guys, I want to ask you question, yeah? Do you get? I want to ask you a question because I believe if I didn't ask you a question like this, you would not know many, many things, right? And I'm very sure you'll have forgot a lot of things. So
Okay.
I will start with selector. That's one of the first thing we did in class. Um, Suleiman, you can keep your screen on so you guys can actually
Okay.
display code whenever I ask questions to display code. So I'm going to start with selectors here. So if I ask now, how many types of selectors do you know? Yes.
We have a lot of them.
Is
Okay. Okay.
Mention some.
So who is going first? Is
Peter.
Abayomi, are you going first, or Suleiman, are you going first?
Is selector the P tag and all of that.
Okay. Oh, yeah, no, wait, you are using scope for us. Oh, yeah, tell us what you know. Tell us what you know.
Uh, A tag, T
Okay.
tag,
Okay.
div,
Okay.
uh, H1.
Okay.
Okay, I can't remember again.
Okay.
Paragraph. Yeah, P.
Okay. So that's the types of selector you know. All right. Suleiman, you can give us. Are you adding to it?
Okay, maybe the body tag,
Okay.
the body,
Okay.
the span tag can be there as a selector.
Okay. Hmm. So you guys just mentioned all the things you know in HTML. That's what you mentioned. And I'm asking you a CSS question.
Okay. Yes. Okay. We have a complete selector, right? That's what you're talking about.
Okay, what of the block element and the
Block
inline?
element. Okay.
You can have you can have maybe
That's
color,
CSS. Now.
Hey.
background color.
Okay, color,
Okay, hold on. You know, when I say when I'm asking you, I said types of selectors, right?
selector.
Types of select.
Okay.
I know that we have type selector. We have the normal p tag, h tag, all those tags here.
Okay. Okay.
You guys didn't mention ID. You guys didn't mention class. Why?
Oh, okay.
You don't know what ID means.
We know we do. We do.
What about class? You
I
don't know what class?
ID.
ID,
Okay, what
yes.
of UL and L? Are they selectors?
They are all tags now. I mean, like the other selectors that we
Okay.
have,
Yeah,
like
I
the
got your question
type,
right now.
like the types, the class. You guys didn't mention it. That's what we even use more. That's what we
Yes.
use more.
Yes.
You guys didn't mention those things. So now, if I should ask you now, if you want to use a class selector in your CSS, how do you reference it?
A dot and the class name.
Yes, if you give
H.
if you have a class name, what do you use? If you are using a class name, if you want to reference it in your CSS, how are you going to reference it there?
Maybe if name of the class is like title, like dot
Okay.
title, and you call it bracket.
Okay.
H. Right?
Okay. So now wait, say it again. Let me hear.
A dot and the name and the
Okay.
name the title and they call it brackets.
Okay. Okay.
You
Okay.
add your attribute and value.
Okay, good, good. So if you are using let's say for instance if you are using ID now, how do you now reference if you are using ID?
Okay. That hash and the name of the the class
Okay.
and the curly
You use
bracket,
hash.
the attribute and the value.
Abayomi did not say anything, no.
I'm lost.
You say you are lost. How? Oh yeah. Suleiman, show us in the code. That I said you should keep your hey. Abayomi, you shared
Okay.
this thing again. Or who shared?
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
just still trying to see if my laptop will open it.
Okay.
It's not
But
opening,
I
so
was
I'm
like,
using my
oh,
phone.
shared the. All right. Okay, so Suleiman, oh yeah, display the ID and the this thing. Display it for us.
Let me just write anything, right?
Yes. So you
Okay.
can just give
Okay, type.
you can create an empty page. You guys should create an empty page and an empty CSS so I can know that you guys actually understand what you are doing.
Okay. And selector. Environment, let's follow me for
Okay, I'm with you. You're breaking. Oh,
Hey, Abayomi, can you hear Suleiman?
no.
Ah,
It was initially breaking, then it stopped talking totally.
ah. Abayomi, sorry, Suleiman, we can't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, sure.
Yes. Yep.
Okay. I changed to another network now. So to be very
Okay.
okay. For ID, it's going to be a hash, the name
Okay.
of the selector, like maybe mark, and the curly brackets, attribute of maybe a color, and the value will be
So
brown.
what did you get, Mark?
You said?
Hmm.
How did we arrive at the mark?
Okay,
Hey,
from your HTML, maybe let me give
Okay.
my homepage li1. I'll give it an ID of
Okay.
mark. This is where the mark
Okay.
will come from. So when I come to my CSS here, where is it? Selector CSS. It did it. I want to change the color of the homepage now.
Okay.
The color of this home to brown. So I'll come back here and I'll save it. But first, on my CSS, on my HTML, I need to link the CSS here. I need to link it on my HTML page, which is
how I wish everyone is in class. Because you guys are going to display your skill today based on my questions. Abayom is already asking, how did you arrive at that mark? Okay.
Yes.
okay,
What does it represent? What does it even mean? I don't know.
Ah, wow. You don't know what ID means.
What mark means?
so you
Okay,
can
so that
What
change,
mark
does
I
it
is
can
just like
represent?
change it.
it's just like an ID name. It's just like a name.
I
Okay.
can change
To
it to your
identify
name.
something.
Yes,
Exactly.
I
That's what
can
you
put
use.
about me there.
Okay. So what are we using to we using it to identify in this case?
I want
You
to
are using it to
identify.
identify home, that particular home. You are using it to identify that
Oh,
particular element. That's what you are using it for.
okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Wait, why
I
am I
give it
even
another
You can
name.
explaining?
give it any name. He's just giving it mark, Abi.
Any name,
Why am
yes.
I
I
the one
can give
explaining?
a bio me. Let me give a bio me so you see.
Mm,
Okay, I'll give it a bio me.
okay.
And I save it. I'll come back to my selector here. I'll change it to about instead of mark. Okay.
Okay.
So I have to link the CSS page with to my HTML, which is how do we link it? Is we create, you type in the link tag, and it displays. Then we click on enter. Then we have to name the CSS file here. Then you can see it pops up selector.css. That's what I'm using.
Okay.
Then I click on enter. So I've linked it already. So I've given the home page a brown, the ID here, that's the home button, a brown color. So I'll go to my page to see if I should refresh, if it changes to
Wow.
brown. Let me refresh, let's see. So it's not changing. So we need to do some specific, how do they call it? We're not specifying what we're doing here. Uh, let me go back to my code. Selector, Ashaba, mean, the, just a minute. Navbar, Li, Ashaba,
I'm just looking, I'm just observing so I can learn very well.
Yeah, I want to observe if I make any changes. That, DVULLI. Okay. C D D LI. Okay. So it's I'm not getting results, sir.
Okay, so now remember you created another HTML, right?
Yes.
Okay. So now that you created another HTML, you don't expect the same thing. Or where did you give the ID?
It's on this HTML here. On
Is
the
on that
index.
place. Okay,
Yes.
so now, okay, so few thing here. The moment you give it an ID, you don't really need to call div anchor tag UL because an ID is unique. Do you get? An ID is unique, so you don't need to call all those things. So you can call the abayomi like that. Can do hash abayomi, then you have it. You don't really need to call all those things. Yes, so it should work that way.
Okay.
All right. So yeah, you can go and check your your code. You can go and check your code.
Not changing.
It's not changing. What did you change?
The home button. This one.
The home button. Okay, so what
Yes.
do you want it to do? What do you want them?
I want the
Hey, so
color
To change to
to
brown.
change to brown.
okay, you
Instead
want
of
to change it to
color.
brown.
Yes, yes.
So what color is it now?
It's white.
Okay, you want the initial color to change to brown, right?
Yes.
Okay, so now you can go back.
Okay.
Go back to your code. So now, currently in your index.html, right?
Yes.
Okay, so you have selector.css, selector.
Yes.
The CSS. Okay, so go back to your selector.css. Go back.
Okay.
All right. So now you know that what you are styling now, you are not just styling any element. You are styling an anchor tag, right?
Yes.
You're styling an anchor tag. So now what you need to do now is that since it's an anchor tag, do you get
Yes. Yes.
reference A, put A first before that abayomi.
Okay.
A. So save and go and check. I'm just trying to see if this one will work. I've not tried it. I've not tried this before, but I'm just trying to see. Aha, I need it to work. So go back. Go back. So now take the A out. Take the A, take it
Now
out. All right. So go back to A. Abayomi, can you hear me?
I can barely hear
Can
you
you
now.
hear me? Okay, okay. I don't know. Abayomi, can you hear me properly?
I can hear you properly.
Okay. Hey, Suleiman, they want to deal with you today. Oh. All right, so yeah, so now you're currently in your CSS, right? So now if you scroll up, you will notice that you've given it a style before in your CSS. I mean,
CSS, right?
yes, in your style.css. You notice that
Oh,
you've given the anchor tag, you've given it a color before. So go up, no, you can come down. I've seen it already. Come down. So now, can you see that you've given it a style here already? On line 28.
yes,
On
this
line
one.
28. Line 28.
And
Yes.
28, yes, yes.
Okay. So now you've given it a style already. So now
Yeah.
look at what you are doing. You know what you are doing now is that you want to style an anchor tag. An anchor tag is a link. is quite different from a p tag. Do you get? It's different from a p tag, it's different from a div, it's different from an from header tag. Do you get? So styling it is quite is going to be different.
Okay.
Do you get? Styling this one is going to be different from styling the other one. If you look at this one now, before you can style, if you remove the A from here, the style, everything is going to go away.
Okay.
Do you get? Everything is going to go away. So now go back to your index.html.
Okay.
Okay, so now look at it very well. If you want to pick the what's it called? The abayomi. If you want to pick the abayomi, so now you can see that the abayomi, I just want to walk you through the process so you can see how everything works. You can see the abayomi, you gave the link, the list, you gave it an ID, right?
Yes.
So inside that list, you now have an anchor tag inside it, right? So now go back to your
I
selected here. So now in front of abayomi now, you now put your anchor tag. Abi, you know why I love the fact that I walked you through the process so you understand what you are
yes.
doing. Do you get? So
Yes.
you can save it and then check it out.
Okay. Yes. It works.
Okay.
Okay.
Abayomi, can you see it now?
Yes.
Okay, good. So I need to walk you guys through the process so you can see it. So you guys can continue. I'm with you.
Okay. So this is how we use the tag ID. If you want to style an ID, we use an hash to the name of the ID on our HTML. So like what we did there, we give an ID of abayomi, then from there we have an hash abayomi for ID, then the anchor tag, just to change the color of the home page. For a class now, let's give another class here.
Okay.
Class section hero. Okay, can we use this? Let me see. Which one can we use now? Or should I create another button? Like you can.
You guys are you that you're the one taking the whole thing now. Me, I'm just a student here.
Okay, let's change this one. Let's change this unlock new. So a color of blue by using
Okay.
a class tag. Let's see. For styling, unlock new around. So what we'll do? Or, okay, the class is already para one. That's paragraph one. And go to our selector.css. We use a dot para
One.
para one, right?
Yes.
So want to give it that paragraph a color.
Blue, you said.
Huh?
I thought you said blue.
Yeah, the color of blue, yes.
The color blue.
Okay, then we save it.
Okay.
Let's go back and check. So you can see it worked.
Okay.
So Nabam, you're going to let's have your let's work on this one now. The second paragraph. This is another paragraph here. So let's work on
Switch
that.
to.
Let me
We're
switch
going
to
to use class 2, Abby.
yes. This is the class. This is the second paragraph here. It's called para two. Second paragraph. So how are we going to walk through now? the selector, yeah.
Or now paparazzo.
You said, what do I type?
Dot paparazzo.
Dot para 2.
So
Yeah, what next?
put color. Are we changing the color or the size?
Let's
What's the
change
color?
the size. Let's give it a font size. Okay. A
Okay, so we
column
can put full size.
font size or font size of how many? 300.
What do we have there before?
I think it's a normal size.
What do
I
we have
didn't
there
have
before? Okay, so let's do 300. Let's see how it looks first. We can come back and work on it.
Yes, let's give it 300. Then we save.
Then we can do color. Okay.
No changes.
Okay, so that means it was 300 we had there before. Is that what it means?
Let's do another a bigger one. Let's do another one. Let's give it a try again.
Okay.
Use 500.
It is well.
Yes.
It's not working.
It's not changing.
Let's give it a pixel, Abby. Let's see. Oh wow. Can you see?
Okay. Yes.
You know,
So I think it's too big now. So let's go and reduce it.
yes,
Let's put it at 50.
okay. 50. I think it
Let's
was a
see.
pixel that was missing before. That's why it didn't change.
Yes. The PX, Abby.
Yes.
If you
Okay.
don't add the px means pixels, right? And what pixels means is just that on your laptop, right? No, don't let me use your laptop. Let me use something you're more familiar with. Your I would say your television. We have 62
Yeah.
inches, we have 13, we have the way we have it like that. All those inches that we have, right? Each of those things, yeah, they are more like they are box attached together. They are all boxes, right? Everything. But you might not just know, right? They are all box. They are all box there. So those boxes that you are seeing there, each of them, that's what we call PX. That's what we call pixels, right? Do you get?
Yeah.
So now the way you have your laptop window, the way we have your laptop window, if you look at it properly, if you look at it very well, you will notice that you will see some lines there. You will see some lines, you will see horizontal line, you see vertical lines. You notice that we have box that they are all arranged together. So all these PX you are using now, or normally your text automatically is 16px. Your text, if you not style, if you not do anything, your text automatically is 16px. I mean, when we were writing about normal HTML, all our text then, everything is 16px. But the moment you start adding other things, probably you want it to be bigger, you want it to be small, or this. That's when we now add all those px. Px is just like how big you want it to be. You get on the screen. How big you want. And it's not like it is not just getting bigger. It is what you want it to take on that particular screen. You want to take 16px. So if you count how many number of boxes it's taking, it's going to be 16. Do you get?
Okay.
Yeah. So that's what it means. So you guys can go
Okay,
on.
so this one that we had 300. So you're saying the
Eh,
number of boxes that it's taking is 300 now.
300 on the screen. Exactly.
Okay.
So you can go ahead. Can go ahead.
Okay. We're trying to reduce this 50. Okay. Okay.
50. That we did.
We might have to reduce more so that the one on top was still bigger. But what do you think? Or we
Give it 20.
okay.
Just want to notice the differences from within. This is a 20
Yeah.
pixel. So we want to let's create pages for each of these menu bars here. Maybe when we click on home, it will still come back to this place. If we click on courses, Let you take us on that page, on mentors on that page, about us on that page, on services to that page. Can we do that?
Okay. Yeah. So how
Okay,
do,
so
okay.
contact, okay, service. I think I've created these pages before, but I've not re-linked them. Okay. Okay, these are the pages I've created before on here. So what we just want to link it to each of the menu. For contact page now, my index page. Let's see. This about us services. I think what I have. Okay, I think I have services here. So this is service button here. This one. So
So
can I?
everything's added to services, right? You know, you guys know you have not I've not really asked most of my this, most of my question, right? So
Okay.
the other question I want to ask here is that which one is more specific between class and ID?
ID.
ID.
Um, Abayomi, which one are you going for?
ID.
ID. Why is ID more specific?
Because you're trying to identify something, and class will now be what is the class of the
Hmm.
ID.
You are mentioning ID, you are mentioning class inside ID. I asked ID, I didn't ask about class, so we are still referencing class.
ID is the like is the identity of something,
Is
of a
unique and it's like a
particular.
unique identifier to just identify something. It's how
Yes,
much
like
more
an identifier.
specificity
Okay,
than any other one.
okay, okay. So if I should ask you now, if I should ask you now, if you want to, if you have two CSS, if you have two CSS, I'm going to list the CSS. If you have external CSS and you have internal CSS, and you are styling one particular element, let me rephrase what I said. If you have two CSS, right? You have the
Okay.
external, you have the internal,
Yes.
and you are styling one element.
Yeah.
Let's say, for instance, you have a normal p tag in your code. You are styling that p tag. You're styling in both your internal and your external. Which one is the HTML going to take? Which style is going to come first?
The internal.
Yes, sir.
Hmm?
Internal
Ah, why is it going to be the internal?
is you're on the same page with the HTML. The CSS is on the same page with the HTML, which will come first before you look for the external link.
Yes.
Hmm. 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 No, answer it very well.
I
You
went
people
on.
answer it very well. You people answer it very well.
That's how me I
Yeah.
understand it actually.
Oh yeah. Explain it again. Explain it again.
Because the internal CSS it's inside the HTML page,
Hmm.
so it should be recognized first before the external
Okay. Yes, sir.
HTML. Since it's outside the HTML, it's a link outside the HTML page itself.
Hmm. In some way, you're actually right. In some way, but then we can actually do more. Can do better. So let me just say this way. You know that the one that is more specific here, you have the internal, you have the external. No, I said something. I said your browser cross through the web page, it cross from top to bottom, right? So you
Yes.
know that the one at the bottom is the latest, right? That's one thing I said the other time, right? So
Okay.
now, before I did internal and external, we spoke about inline and internal first before we move to external.
Yes.
Ehen. So now, and I showed you that inline is more stronger than internal, right?
Yes.
Because I said inline is actually working directly on that particular element,
Yes.
right? While in internal is still working on it. But the fact that you are using internal, that shows that internal is going to work more. Same thing applies to internal and external. Internal has a stronger relationship with that particular element. Do you get?
Yes.
Like Suleiman said. Suleiman said because it's inside. But I just want you guys to understand that, oh, the reason why this one is more specific, the reason why the code is picking this one is because internal is much more stronger than external.
External. Okay.
Do you get? Internal is more stronger than external. So now I want to ask you another thing. Yeah. So now what we spoke about text decoration and the likes, right?
Yes.
So now, is it only anchor tag we use text decoration for? Can we use it on other elements?
Text decoration. Can
Hmm.
you
It doesn't sound familiar.
can we use it on the UL and LI?
Oh, okay. But my question is it only on anchor tag we use it, or we use it everywhere? We can use it everywhere.
Everywhere.
Hmm. Say we can use it everywhere. Like, can we use it on p tag?
Text decoration.
Hmm.
No, we cannot use on PTAG.
Oh yeah, let's try it out. So create have a normal p tag and put that decoration on the line. Let's see if it works. So now we are going to confirm.
This one, right? Let me use this one. This para one here.
You can use, yeah, you can use that.
Okay.
Just remember the okay, para one, yeah. Which kind of name is that one?
There's
Which kind
paragraph
of
one, paragraph two. Actually, that
you
was
guys just give it a random name.
okay. Okay, para one.
Okay. You've done para one. Okay. You've done para one before. Just give it text decoration on the line and see. So
Okay.
you're going to confirm what you just said. Okay, so you learn
Text
that one
decoration
once and for all.
on the line. Wow. So it can be used everywhere.
All right, good. So you can see that you can actually use it everywhere. Do you know why I asked this question? Why I asked this question is because I noticed that it just came to my mind that they might ask you this question in an interview and you are just going to fuck up like that. You won't know because the first thing that will come to your head, like to someone that just starting, the first thing that will come to your head is it's only on anchor tag now. It's only on anchor tag that we used to have course to use it. And why is it like
Yes.
that? Because anchor tag automatically comes with underline.
Yes.
Do you get? So now that is the only time we need to remove the underline. Do you get? That's why it's
Yes.
always like that. So
Yes.
please, me when they ask you, don't go and fall your hand there. Oh. I didn't say don't go and fall my own hand. Don't go and fall your own hand in that place. Oh. Because they will feel like this is just a normal question. Why are you missing it? It's kind of tricky. That's why Cinema didn't get it. Do you get? Not like you guys didn't know
Yeah.
that there's tech decoration, but you didn't
Yeah.
know. Okay, there are other ways you can actually apply it.
Yes.
Do you get? So please make sure you put that in mind. So now I want to ask you something else here. So now if I want to do text shadow, I'm very sure we did text shadow, right?
Shadow.
Mm. We did shadow.
Okay. Okay. Yes.
Okay. So if I want to do shadow now, how many things do I have to have inside? How many values do I have to have inside it?
Let me try it.
So what do we have inside it?
For the text shadow,
Mm-hmm.
let me see. Should be three value. Should be three values.
3 values. Oh yeah, so what?
I'm trying to recall now.
If I ask you now that you want to do shortcuts for margin, how do you go about it?
Margin for shortcuts. You
Yeah,
can
shortcut for margin. How do you go about it?
you will type in margin, then we'll write the number of margin we want.
I said shortcuts. If I say okay, don't let me say shortcut. Let me say shorthand for margin. Shorthand for margin.
Shorthand for margin.
Everything is scattering already. Shorthand for margin. Abayomi, you're not saying anything, no.
Because I don't know.
You don't know shorthand for margin.
For margin, I don't know.
Okay.
Is what he's talking about that I know. That's we
Ha.
write margin and then
Uh-huh.
we'll now look, yes, we'll now
Okay.
pick the
Oh,
number round.
okay. So we have margin top. We have margin bottom. We have margin right.
Bottom and left.
Okay. So what if you want to combine everything together? I thought you guys had to combine everything together now.
Yeah, just put a margin, then you give it.
Just write one.
Just write margin and then you give each of them the value, right?
Yes.
Yes, but it will be equal.
And I said, okay, oh yeah. If you write one, everything is going to be equal. What if you want to specify? How do you go about it? Like, how many values are you going to have inside it if you want to style
Four
all
value.
Four.
Four
Four.
value.
Four.
So you have for the top, for the right, for the bottom,
For
for
the
the
bottom
left.
and left.
Okay, so what if you want to design the same top and the same left and right? What do you do? How many
Okay,
values?
you have two values.
You have 2 values. So 2 is going to represent top and 1 is going to represent top and bottom, while the other one will represent left and right. Abi?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Hey. Why you guys not doing that if you don't understand what I'm saying before?
We did not know it's shorthand.
Okay, so how many type of lists do we have?
So
Okay, so can you name them?
list.
List, yeah, that's yeah, list.
Okay.
UL.
Okay. No, don't say ULO. Tell me what it means.
Unlisted.
Eh?
On other lists and other lists.
Another.
I'm very sure, Suleiman, you didn't hear what he said, though. I'm so sure you didn't hear what he said.
I
You didn't
did,
hear
What?
what he said. You didn't hear what Abayomi said, though.
but I did hear what she said.
She said something. She said unlisted.
Ah.
What does another? No, that.
I was like, wait, where did you see your own unlisted? How? How come? Ah, it is well on your unlisted. Okay, so we have ordered list and we have unordered
Another place.
as well and OL. So now if I should ask about colors now, I said we have RGB, right?
RGB, yes.
And I said we have RGB.
Yes.
Okay, so what does the R means? What does the G means? What does the B means? And the A, what does it mean?
R stands for red.
Okay,
The G stands for the green,
okay,
and the B for blue.
okay, good. All right, so what about the A?
The A, I know it's for transparency to make sure.
Okay, so you're actually right. We call it opacity.
Sorry, come again, please.
We call it opacity.
Okay, opacity.
Yeah, we
Okay,
call it
like
opacity.
opaque.
Yeah, to make it, like you said, to make it transparent, you get You've explained it already though, to make it trans, but we call it opacity, right? So now I want to ask, what's the highest value for each of those things? I mean, for each of for RGB, like for red, for green, for blue, what's the highest value?
Okay, that's 255.
Hey, you are very hot today. Wow, I love
No.
that. 255, yeah, that's very true. 255. That's the highest for them. So now if you know you can decide to do 255, 255, 255, 255. So the highest is 255. You can't go beyond 255 for each of them. So are we clear on that?
Yeah.
Okay, good, good. All right. So I'm even asking tricky questions, and then you guys are actually getting everything. Okay, okay, okay. What if I want to use my CSS to have a background image? How do I do that?
To have a background image for your
Mm,
CS, use um uh, this image. I don't know.
You say image. I want to add background image. Let's say you want to add background image to a particular container. How do you do it?
Okay, maybe, but in the name of that container,
Hmm.
you know, say image column URL.
Hmm.
Not really sure how to do that actually.
Hmm. So select a particular container in that place. Let's do it together. Select a particular container there, so we can style it together here.
Okay, there's no container. Should I use the hero section?
Yes, you can
Yeah.
use the hero section. You can use the hero section.
Okay. Section. Okay.
All right. So now this hero section here, I don't know. Do you have a picture? Okay, I think you have pictures here. All right. So you have the laptop code image. Okay, so good. Good. You have something you can actually use there. So now add background image. I've done this thing before in class. So I've done it before in class. You guys,
Background.
you guys know to go back to the videos. Thank God I'm recording this one. All right. So now inside the background image now, you now use URL.
Okay. URL.
So yes. So in the URL now, you now select that particular bracket here. So you put your normal string there, that quote. You have to have your quote though. If not, that quote it won't work.
Okay.
Yeah. So now the quotes now. So inside that quote, then it won't work that way because you want to pick images.
Okay.
You want to pick images. So how do you do that?
Have an image.
Link.
Image. Because now I won't tell you how to do that too.
Okay. Yeah, we created a folder already for in our
Hmm?
created in an image folder already. So we just type
Yes.
the name of the folder
Yes.
and it pops up. Then we click on it.
Okay. All right. So now add image now.
Okay.
Add image.
On the laptop.
Mhm. So
Okay.
add it. So it's starting its problem. Okay, good. So
Okay.
I hope you've seen how to do this now. Abayomi.
Yes.
Okay, very
I
good.
was watching him do it.
Okay, good. Good, 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 good. Good.
Okay.
All right. So all right. So yeah. So you've been able to do that now, right? You guys are learning a lot. This, we are just speaking many things, sha. All right. So now you notice something. Go back to your code. Go back to the page. Hello, can you hear? Okay, good. So you notice something. Abayomi, what did you notice? Suleiman, I'm
That
asking you. Oh yeah, what did you know? What did you notice?
there's laptop at the background.
Eh?
There's laptop at the background now.
There's
The
laptop
picture of the
here.
laptop
There's
at the
laptop.
background where we have the
Hmm?
we have a picture of the laptop at the background.
We have a picture. Look at the picture very well. Something is wrong now.
Okay. We have some things on the laptop.
Some things as well. Look at, we only use one picture, right?
Okay. Oh yeah. There's one down too.
There's one down. No. That one down is just another page. Oh. Abi?
Okay.
Yes, on that page, yes, on that page. I think there's on
That
that
one,
picture. It's a duplicated picture here, right?
Okay, but
uh,
there's one at the side too. There's there's one down. There's one at the side
at the side.
around the register. Yeah.
Exactly. That shows that that image is actually repeating itself.
Duplicating. Yeah.
That shows that the image is the image continues itself. So what does that mean now? That means you guys are not yet done. Oh. So now, under that background image now, you have to go back to it. So go back to it. So now, under it now, you now type background repeat.
Background,
Repeat.
Okay.
I repeat.
So you now say background repeat. You will now say no repeat.
Okay.
Okay.
So when you say no repeat now, go and check it again. Okay. So can you see
Okay.
how it is now? So can you see the difference?
Mhm.
Now you can see
Yes.
that there's see a blank space remaining.
Yes.
Okay, so now how do you fill up the blank space? So you go back to your code. Go back to your code.
Yeah.
All right. So now add background size. All these things we did it in class, so you have forgotten. Oh yeah, do contain.
Contain.
All right. So save and go and check.
Outside contain.
Okay. So can you see how it is? Look at what contain the did. So go back, change it to cover.
Okay.
Okay? You remember when I said cover now? Because I know
Yes.
it's in class. So yeah, go back. No wonder you say okay. Okay. All right. So go back. Eh?
Someone should take the whole place. Yeah.
So can you see now? It actually filled
Yeah.
the whole place. So we use
And
background size. We use cover to fill the whole page. Get
please.
your space. Do you get?
Yeah.
Sorry. All right. So we use background like that to fill the whole. Thank God I didn't assume that you guys know itself. Thank God I didn't assume. It is actually the last time. I mean, the last minute. That's when Abayomi needed. Oh, I know this thing now. Okay, now. Well done. Well done. Okay. All right. So, the next thing I want to ask is Remember, we have something called background attachment. I explained that time, whereby you can scroll, then the image will scroll with it, and the image will not scroll with it. I explained that. I'm very sure I did that. I'm so sure that I did that. Background attachment, whereby we have scroll, because on automatically it is scroll, but we have fixed. I'm so sure I explained that. Sorry, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay.
You're talking about background attachment.
Background attachments. We have fixed and we have scroll. I said automatically it is actually scroll. Automatically it is
Okay.
scroll. Yeah.
Okay, but we can make it fixed.
Yeah, you can make it fixed. Making it fixed is
So
just
that means the ones that we did now, this particular one we just did,
yes.
it's supposed to be fixed.
No.
It's
It's
supposed to be scrolled. Okay, automatically.
automatically be scroll. Can you see scrolling?
Okay.
Can you see scrolling? But if you
Yes.
turn it to fixed, you will notice that what you just notice is that it will be fixed there. All the text are going to go with it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's what that means. Oh yeah, do it now. Do it now. I want you guys to see how it actually works.
That one. Fixed. Okay.
Yeah. So go and refresh now.
Let's go.
Do you notice
Okay.
before you leave the page, do you notice that the text were going while the image is still standing?
Yes.
Okay, so that's what that's what it does.
Okay.
Do you notice the text is still staying there? Do you see that?
The picture is still there.
Okay, good.
Yes.
Good, good, good. Good. All right, I'm trying to look at something else you guys can actually learn. Okay, we've done background size, we've done a couple of things here. We've done the normal one. So I'm just trying to rack my head on what you guys. I'm trying to like test two people. That's what I'm trying to test two people with. Okay, but I should ask you now, what can you differentiate between padding and margin?
Yes.
Okay, you say yes, Oh yeah. So margin, can you explain what margin means and what padding? Can you differentiate between it?
Margin is if you want space around,
Okay,
outside the box.
okay,
Padding is within the box.
okay. Padding is within, while margin is
Yes.
around the box, right?
Yes.
Okay, very good. I didn't even need to go further, asking, shows that you guys actually understand what padding and margin, you understand what it means. And you know what border radius means too. I'm so sure you guys understand what border radius means.
Yes. To create border around the text.
Very good,
The
very
curve.
good. You people are senior, you are pro in CSS already. It's just for you guys to be building
It's
different
what
things.
it's what you say you are reaping.
Ah. So if I should ask you
Oh
guys now,
dear.
how about flex? How about flex? Because flex is
Yes.
actually one of the most important things.
Mm.
How about flex? But if I want to turn to image now, okay, so I have a box, right? I have a box, right? I have two things inside. It has two children or two child inside. It has two. So if I want to make the two of them stay beside each other, how do I do it?
Flex.
I'll use
Display.
flex.
Display
This-
flex.
Okay, good. I love the fact that you said display flex.
Okay, so can you
Hmm.
so when you do display text, both of
Oh
them
yeah.
will align? Is that what you're saying? Can we see?
Suleiman. Suleiman,
Yeah.
show her.
Thank you.
Yeah. Show how it works. So
What can we display as flex now?
you
Left
can
click.
pick anything.
Okay. What I have here? Should I create a list and I'm display them as flex?
Yes. That would be better.
Okay. Yo.
I just create like 3. So
Okay.
to be very
Give me
fast,
the phone
yeah.
number.
Mhm.
Can I give you the class? Yes.
Of course, you're going to give it a class now.
Okay. Let's see. Class of data. 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 Okay. So let's come to our selector. Dot datas. But first of all, let me go to my HTML. Let's to make sure that it's there. Okay. It's showing here. It's still inside the container here. Let me take it
Okay.
outside. Take it outside it. I'll take this outside the div. Cut outside this div. But still.
Oh yeah, I'm waiting for you guys. Oh,
Yeah, it's outside now.
okay.
So I'll come to my selector here. Okay. That has display,
Flex.
display flex. You can see. Can you see?
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So it will not be on a single line.
Yes. So we can just give the margin for them to space out. Do the margin of how many?
5 P
Let's
P
give it 0
X.
and 10 pixel. Save. No.
It's small.
No, no, no.
Okay. So let's do 10 and 20.
10, 20.
Yeah.
10, okay. 10 pixel.
One
20
observation
pixel.
here. One observation here. I'm not really
Okay.
confident with the way you guys are giving class names. You know, one thing is that you have to have a good naming convention. Why I'm
Okay.
saying this is because when you get to a bigger project or a larger project, you will know how to manage your whatever you're doing. Do
Data.
you get so on know how to give your naming convention very well. If you want to give a naming convention, let me give you like few hints here. So the hints you're going to use, the first thing you have to make sure is that in your class name or your ID name, you have to make sure that it's actually one word. There's no space. If at all you're going to mix 2 words together, you have to use a dash to separate them, but you have to make sure they're all together. Or you can start, let's say you want to write give me that 2 word all together.
Zero
Uh
section.
no, your section is not together. Like I mean 2 words that you pronounce together, but there are two, but you have to pronounce them together.
Database.
Database, yeah. Okay, so now if you want to write database now, we have database, right? So if you say you want to have database, the first thing we have is data, The next thing we have is base, right? So now if you're
Yeah.
going to use all, you can use small letter to write everything on that once, and you can decide to divide them. Now, how do you divide them? You can write data with all small letter, then you capitalize base. When I say capitalize, the first B there will turn to capital, while the remaining will remain small letter. Do you get what I'm trying to say? So it will
Yes,
be
yes.
small DATA, then capital B, then small ASE. Do you get? So that's what we mean by
Okay.
camel case. So you can either write it that way, but you have to just make sure that they are all together. Or you can write data, then you put hyphen, then you put base. Now, what you want to make sure is that you want to make sure any of your class name is um in sync with whatever you are giving it. So now let's say you are working on a nav bar now. You have to make sure your class name there or your ID name there is actually in sync with what you are doing. Why am I saying this? Is because when your project gets larger, you will have thousands of CSS. When I say thousands, believe me, thousands of CSS. Okay, so look at it now. With the little you've done now, with the little you've done on this section selector.css, I'm very sure you've not really started nothing. No, you haven't started anything.
That's
You're online what?
2024.
You're online
22,
you're online 24. Now
24, yes.
go to your styles.css.
Okay.
So scroll down, scroll down, scroll down, scroll down, scroll down, scroll down. So now look at this now. You had your online 76. What have you done? You only did navbar and that arrow section. You added one image there.
Yeah.
That's what you did. So now imagine you are building a full thing. You should know that your CSS is actually going to be very cumbersome, right? So
Thousands.
having a good naming convention will help you. Not using para. Do you know why I said you should not use para? I've been in a situation whereby I gave before I do name my this anyhow. Anything that comes to my head at that particular time, that's what I use. So do you believe that after doing everything, I wrote everything very much. The next, I think it was after a month, I went back to that project to work on it. I didn't know naming, I didn't know anything. I didn't know the
You were
uh,
confused.
I was confused that wait, oh, which one is X, which one is Y, which one is XY,
Wow.
which one is this? You know, I was just looking for different things. But if I had followed a good naming convention, then if I had followed a good naming convention, then let's say I put navbar, the one that has contact, I say contact section, you know those things. I would like it would have been
Okay.
much more easier for me to
Yes,
locate
yes.
anything. So now looking at that project now, I just removed one X there and everything broke. Like the whole CS, everything scattered. I didn't know what to do. I just had to press Ctrl Z and I left the project like that. I didn't touch the project. So today, I didn't touch it again. I just left it like that, the way it is. Because I know that if I touch something there, it's going to scatter. And for me to start again, to start writing it again, it's actually going to take a lot of time. Do you get? So
But
please,
what if you are writing for a client and the
uh,
client wants you to do something? Won't you touch it?
won't I will definitely touch it. But if I'm going to touch it, that means I'm going to do extra work.
You have to. That's
Do
why
you
it's
get?
good
Mm-hmm.
for you to name it very well.
Because you know the extra
Okay.
work I'm talking about. The extra work I'm talking about is that
Yeah.
I'll do the naming again.
From that means you are starting from the scratch.
I'm starting from scratch again. Do you get? That's why
Okay.
very good to have a good naming convention. Like this now, the way you have para now. Now you have para, okay. After 1 week now, come back. You'll be looking at it. Wait, so which one did I name para? Which one is para? That's the question you'll be asking yourself. And you don't want to find yourself in that position. Do you get? So please use a good naming convention. You guys can continue. I just want to chip that in.
Okay.
You guys can continue.
Okay. Salaman, where are you? Okay.
Where's Suleiman? We are not hearing you, Suleiman. Ah, I hope he had
Can you
like
and
everything.
can you hear me?
Okay.
Okay, okay.
Yes, I can hear you now.
All
Welcome.
right. Thank
Welcome
you.
back.
Welcome.
Welcome back with your network.
Okay. So where were we? What were we talking about?
I was talking about us using the appropriate name so that we don't get lost.
Okay, so instead of data like this, let's change it now to all lowercase datas, right?
Okay.
Just follow a good naming convention. All those things now, you want to turn them to a list, right? You already know that they are all lists there.
Yeah.
Dig it. So you should look for something meaningful next time you are doing it. But for now, it's just for testing. So you can go ahead with what you are currently doing.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we
Why not contacts instead of that data? Okay, well, data is the same as contact, right? So we can
data,
do.
contact datas. I like it. Two
Yes.
conventional words. Let's see. Contacts. Then
Okay,
this one
that's a
will
better.
be like this. This is the camera case, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Camera.
it makes sense.
So we're trying to, if displayed as flex, wanted to give it a spacing within them, right?
Yes,
Given the margin of 1020. Okay.
yes.
It's coming back to this. What happened?
Mm.
Okay. I have to change this. I have to change because we changed the name already. Contact data. No.
Okay,
Um, fact data. But still this, the margin is not still changing. Let's give it a padding instead of
yeah.
margin. Brightness space which is not changing. Please see. Let's see.
Okay. I'm just looking at everything. It shouldn't be very hard now. What you just want to do is flex. That's what you want to do.
Yeah, we flexed it and by the size now.
But we wanted to create
So
space. That's what we're
space
trying to do.
between them, yeah.
Okay. So now to create space now, look at it very well. Analyze it properly.
We did supposed to be a margin.
Imagine. No, it should be a pattern.
Padding.
Is it not within? So we're
Mm.
within the space, right? Within the
Or
names. I mean, the contact
around,
data.
Senior Dev.
each of the letters there is a box. Each of the words in there are boxes. One box is
Okay.
outside them. One space outside the
Okay, so
box.
within.
They
Okay, so
can
we do
move.
imagine that.
See margin. Excel. We did that.
Okay.
See. Not not taking effect.
Not so conspicuous.
So look at it properly. Look at
Okay,
it.
let's
It's, yeah, but it's
Wait.
not showing well.
Go back. Go back to your index.html.
okay,
So
I
now
got it.
look at it now. You have contact data, right? And you have
Yeah.
inside it. So now what are you meant to do for the
I also
spacing?
put an li in front.
Hey, it's the li you are spacing. It's
Yes.
the li you want to
Yeah.
space.
Okay.
Okay.
Sorry. So I have to go. Okay, let's remove this one. create another one. Dot contact li. Get a margin. Margin 0 10 pixel.
Same.
Yeah,
Okay.
you have it. Do text decoration to remove the list style none.
Okay.
Okay. I think that's that for that. Okay, so I'm still waiting for your questions. But is there anything different you want us to try?
I think, yeah, I don't know any further than this. I think we've tried everything that we should.
Okay, you know how we created this, right?
Yes.
For
Right?
now, I believe everyone you now understand what flex is now, right?
Yes.
Okay, good, good, good. This just mean that you understand what flex is. Do you get? You understand what? So now add the normal. Let's say, oh yeah, split them. Split the three of them. What if I ask you to split the three of them?
How?
Like if you want
Split.
to split the three of them. Like one will be at the left, one will be in the middle, the other one will be at the other side. That's at the right side. How will you do that?
Align items.
Hmm.
Is that
Select items.
uh,
Justify content.
justify content? Yes.
Hold on. Will you give Li justify content or you give contact data? You
It's
know,
contact it.
this thing, you know
Contact
one thing.
data.
You know one thing I want to advise you guys to do.
Yeah.
Although I got to know this thing late. You know all these things I've been saying, I actually got to know them late. Right? One thing I used to do is that before I write any code, the first thing I will do is that I will reason it first. I will think about it in my head. How will this thing work? It will work in my head first. Then I will bring it to code. If it doesn't work, that shows that, oh, probably there's something I'm missing. Now you guys are you just went ahead to start writing. You didn't even check if it's on Li or it's on this thing. Do you get what I'm trying to say?
Yes, I got it. Yes.
So check, think about it. Oh, will this thing work? How does
Okay.
it work? Okay. This is how it is. So that's where you'll be able to know. Do you get? Oh yeah. So add in justify content there.
Justify content.
Yeah.
Space. Space around.
If you put space around, check it. So Abayomi, did you see? Did you see? Abayomi is not here anymore.
I think she's muted.
Yeah, she
I'm
muted.
here. Yeah, I saw
Okay.
it. It just displays them separately and evenly as well.
Okay. Okay. All right. So guys, I moved on well safe today. I was not expecting guys have done well today. Yeah. All right. So please, Abayomi, please. You can see that I'm saying please. You guys, please. So
Yes.
we are next week here. Because I'm going to send the project you're going to do. I'm going to send it on Monday. The CSS project you are going to do. I'll send it to you guys on Monday. So
Okay.
on Wednesday, please, 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 I'm begging you guys, please join the class on
Okay.
Wednesday. Please.
Okay.
You know that the class is 7 p.m. on Wednesday, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Please, I'm begging you guys to join. Make sure you are around on Wednesday because I'm going to be starting JavaScript that Wednesday. And JavaScript is one kind of hard thing. I won't lie to you. But once you know the foundation, it's very, very easy for you to grasp and understand it. Do you get
Okay.
very, 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 very easy for you to understand it? So please try to join early on Wednesday. And I appreciate you guys for joining today. I really appreciate it. For like you guys, the way you joined today, I'm really glad that at least you're able to learn some things. We're able to discuss how some things is going to be. But I don't know why others they don't used to join. You know that it is during the class now. That's when we'll be able to understand the current problem we currently have. We understand the issues that we've not even dealt with or probably something we've not even talked about. It's only when you are in class that's when I can know. But if you're not in class now, how do I know that you guys don't really understand that background image or you guys don't really understand? Do you get what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Like you guys won't really get them. So please, 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 you guys should join on Wednesday by 7 p.m. By 7 p.m.
So it's all right.
Promise, promise me you're going to be in class. 7 p.m. on Wednesday.
Yes, we'll be in class.
Yes, I'll be in class.
You'll be in class. You know we are starting something new. So it's better to have the foundation so that you won't have any issues later on.
Yes.
All right. So see you guys on
Thank
Wednesday.
you.
Yeah, thank
Thank
you very
you
much
very much.
for the class today. I
Have
really
a
Thank
nice
you.
day, Sam. Bye. May take care. Have a nice time.
Yeah, you too.
yes, and you guys should enjoy your weekend though.
All right.
Yeah, you too.
All right. Yes, thank you very much.